this is going to be the unboxing of an electric vehicle charger, which we're going to be installing soon. So part 2 of this video will be the actual installation of it. Just a brief background is that we're going to be doing this in Harare, Zimbabwe. It's something that's going to be very beneficial to the people of Zimbabwe as well, because I think Zimbabwe, being a very unique country, is stuck in a place where it's able to benefit from this. Now, this is partly because we've got very cheap power and very expensive fuel, so it's a good alternative to your internal combustion engine cars. I think it's going to be quite an interesting couple of weeks, couple of months, couple of years in Zimbabwe, because I think there's going to be a merging partnership and the synergy between solar and electric cars and electric vehicle, electric mobility, e-mobility as is better known. So this is just going to be an introductory unboxing of that, and I'm going to be, looking at what the key features of a charger, a typical charger for a car is. This is one of those chargers that when it's connected to an electric car like a Nissan Leaf, it would take between about 6.5 hours to charge to 80%. It's not that fast, but it's much faster than your typical wall charger that you plug in at home. But at the same time, it's a charger that you can purchase for your home. And we can have that installed in your garage or somewhere that's a source of power for you. First thing that we're going to do is we're going to put on some gloves, because it's just come from the airport and I'm not sure where it's been. But we're going to put on some gloves because of COVID. Well, these aren't gloves for COVID, but these are my they're like my insulated gloves. But we're going to put on some gloves so that we don't handle anything wrong. And we're going to be using my trusty knife, and we're going to get inside. Alright, so first up we've got this box, which I think is the wall mount box. This is for the mount, and it's going to be attached to the wall. This is to support the charger. I'm going to take out some of the paperwork that's in here. We might need this later on. So it's pretty basic. Here's what's in the box. We've got a hanger, a holder. This is to support the unit with a charger. Then this is the actual wall mount that's going to hang off the wall, and then the charger will sit on top of this. And then we've got some paperwork that comes with it. Got some screws. Then we've got a key and some cards. So this is really cool because you activate it using RFID cards. I'll show you from a different angle, which is good for security purposes. But this is basically the first box. As with most of these things, you know where they come from. Made in China. So it's going to be quite interesting. Okay, so we just got a few things in the box. The first being the actual charger, which is actually, there's only one thing in the box. It's the actual charger connected to the cable. And here's a quick recap of what was in the box. So we've got the actual charger together with the cable. It's attached, so it doesn't detach, so it's not going to be lifted, or it's not going to be lost, which is a good feature. And then we've got the wall mount that supports the charger. Got some screws that came in, some cards for authentication, and the holder for the end of the cable. Now these cards are going to be the authentication cards. They're quite cool. Got a little EV there, and they obviously are for authentication. So these are the ones that you use to start and stop each charging cycle. We've got the holder for the cable, which I'll show you in a bit, but I'll just take it out. So this will be mounted on the wall, and it's going to be quite easy to use. You'll see how it works exactly. So it clips on so that the cable doesn't get damaged. So here's what we've got. We've got the charger. This is just your basic type 1 charger. that's going to be used by your car, and it's a 32 amp rated at 240 volts, so that's a single phase system. It's got a little cap for protection against water, but as I said before, this is the wall mount unit, and this is so that it clips on, so that it covers it if you don't want to be using the little rubber cap that's there. So that's what this is for. And then to release, you just take it off and then you clip it back. So this will be mounted on the wall close to where the charger or the car will be, and just a simple click to release. So we've got a pretty long cable. I'll measure the cable and then I'll put it in the description below. But this is the cable that's going to be connecting to your car. This is for packaging purposes. I'm not going to be too worried about what it looks like, because it's just supposed to be so that it gets to the destination, which is here. I will be placing it here. Okay, so it says Powercore, it says card, power ready, charge, fault, and network. We've got our gland that comes in. We've got a little network cable, network port, RJ45 network port. This will be for your internet connection. And then we've got, lastly, another, well, it's a PVC gland right now, but it's for my input cable. So your input power cable will come in through here. And then obviously this is the output that goes into the charger. So for the camera that's up front there, I was saying that here's our output cable. This goes to the car, to the charger. This is the network cable for internet connection, which is a basic RJ45 connector. And then we've got an input gland here for your power. This will be for my supply. Okay. On the other side, we've got an emergency stop button. This is in the case of an emergency, obviously, but you've got the stop button that resets with a slight twist. We've got the little nameplate here, so it says NKR-AC003, which is a 7 kilowatt EV charger. As I said before, it's rated at 32 amps at 240 volts, so it only operates in a single phase layout, and it was manufactured in December 2020. And then here's what's inside. Nice. We've got the network cable that comes in at the bottom here. It comes all the way to this little display. This looks like the Powercore communications unit. This is where the tap feature is at the back. Very close by, there's a little speaker for an alarm sound. And then here we've got our cabling and all our management here. We've got our input that comes in. We've got okay, let me put it this way. So this is our on-off switch, which is a 63 amp rated breaker. It's got earth leakage feature on it, so it's quite handy. And then we've got a little meter. This is a very neat little digital meter that's going to be measuring our units that we use. And then we've got, lastly, this should be a surge protection device that would help protect anything that happens. Then we've got our input lines, L1, N1. I'll take a picture and I'll put this on so that you see what's inside. But this is essentially just for wiring and all the internals of this system. So yeah, that's basically what we've got. So very simple, very neat little device. We've got a seal here for water protection, and then we close it up and we clip it in. And then we've got a key that locks it up. There we go. All right, so that was okay. So that was the overview of the system that we've got, the charging unit that we've got. This is again is a Powercore 7 kilowatt charger that's going to be used in Harare, Zimbabwe. This was the unboxing of the system. When we're installing it, we will be taking you there and you will be seeing what's how it's connected up and how it's going to be operating. As said, it has an RFID tap and go system, which activates by the tap and obviously activates and deactivates the charging by that same function. And then we've got an LED display that's going to be showing all the information that we need. And then we've got some power lights and some fault lights and everything that we need for protection. And then we've got an emergency stop button here, which we can easily reset. We've got the wall mount, we've got the screws, we've got the card that does the authentication. We've got a holder, and then we've got a little USB device, and then we've got a micro SD for memory. So yeah, that's basically everything that we've got to unbox for you today, and definitely looking forward to the installation, and I hope you can join us for that. This is Shingi, as before, signing out. Have a good one.